I'm bugging because y'all ain't hear nothing I just said. Y'all ain't hear nothing I just said. I was like, yo, what up, YouTube? What up? What up? We are live. We are back in the building. And shout out to you. And that's what those hand claps was for. If I could only get my life together, it'll be awesome. What's up? What's up? Let me shout out my people in the building before I introduce my special guest tonight. But right now, we got Shay in the building. What up, Shay? And David Williams. Salute, salute, salute to yo. We got that Scary with Melanie P. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. And Wall Street is in the building. What up, what up, what up? And thank you, my God, for letting me know that I'm muted. I was out here tripping. Tripping. And also, Red Lipstick is in the building. Do me a favor, what up? Make sure y'all go and subscribe to Red Lipstick Vibes. You know what I'm saying? That sister got some heat over there. Good shows, good content. Fellas, y'all need to get up on it and get active over there. All right. And everyone else that's currently watching the show, salute to you. Do me a favor and hit the like button as you come in the door. So, as you can see, I have a special guest with me. It's none other than my son, Kayvon. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, my boy? Introduce yourself, KK. What up? What up? What up? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I think you're muted on your side. I don't know. There
Can
you
you hear
go.
me?
We can
You
hear
can hear
you
me?
now. We can hear you now.
All right,
What's
yeah, it
up?
was
What's up?
probably my AirPods. But what's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going
Ah,
on?
man. The crowd is chilling. Tell them a little bit about yourself. Why I'm such a proud dad. Let's talk about it. And then I'll tell y'all why we are doing this show together. But go ahead, son. Let them know a little bit about you.
All right. Well, my name's Kayvon. I'm from Massachusetts, Worcester, Massachusetts. I'm pursuing in my real estate career right now, and I also have a in-person drop shipping store that I'm working on as well. If you guys want to check me out, follow me on Instagram, Real Estate Sosa with two A's.
Real estate Sosa with two A's. Oh, you okay? I think you missed the A at the end of your name right there, right? So, um, son, what's up?
What's
A
going on?
reason what I wanted to let the audience know the importance of why we're doing this show, right? Father, son. I want us to show that, what I want us to show is that the importance of what having a active father in your life, what it's done for you in your growth, how it's helped you cross certain milestones. And I also want to, this is a great way for us to join and connect and build. So I do believe in creating family businesses as well. So as I'm growing my YouTube channel, I want to start incorporating my son in it as well. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Um, Let the audience know because there's a lot of people that still today feel as if having a father is not one of the most important things. Could you let them know? Let the audience know. Tell them a little bit about growing up with a father that was always involved in school, always involved. Whether we lived together or not, we was always involved. So could you let the audience know what was that like from your perspective?
For sure, for sure. So I feel like it's very and very, very important for every child that's growing up to have a father in their life. And that reason because especially if you're a male, even if you're a female, you would always need a father figure in your life because without that father figure, a lot of things would be different. Like within yourself, some certain you want to know how to act in certain situations. It's a lot that comes with having a father, and not even just a father, but both of your parents, your mother and your father in your life. You know what I mean? Because like I see a lot of people like around my age group that don't have a father, and the way they carry themselves and the way they treat other people, the way they go out and talk, everything about them. I feel like it would have been way different if they had a father in their life. You know what I mean? I appreciate my father a lot because without my father, like I really wouldn't have the mindset that I have. And like always like I know every time like I really need something, my dad is one call away for sure. Even though we don't live together, I know I always have my father to structure me and make sure that everything I'm doing is okay and make sure that I'm like being led to the right path no matter what. So I feel
Right.
like for everybody having a father is definitely important, you know, because everybody needs a father figure. I don't care how much you disagree with me, but it's just the truth. Everybody needs a father figure.
Okay, okay. Well, as far as your friends go, right? What you saw
Hmm.
growing up in your neighborhood,
Hmm.
the people that you could talk about from there. Let's speak on that a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, oh, Shantae, my sister, you in the building? What up? What up? Um, so let's talk about what your experience was with your friends that did not have fathers in the household. What did they go through that you felt that they were missing? Can you give me some examples of how their behavior was? Where are they now as they grew up to your age? Because, by the way, he's 19 and he
Mhm.
just turned 19 as well last week. So happy belated birthday, my son.
I
But let's
appreciate
talk
this.
about no problem, son. So let's talk about that. What was the effects of the boys grew up that you grew up with that
Mhm.
missed that father figure?
So it kinda, like it's a lot of different, like, so it's like everybody is different, but it's kinda it leads all to the same thing, you know? So what I've experienced with people that grew up without their fathers is like one thing is like they don't have somebody to guide them to the right place. So instead of doing like what a father would teach them how to do, they would like pretty much like things, for example, like think about it. If your mother's raising you by herself, it's hard, especially if you're a boy, because it's not that easy for to raise a boy like that. You know what I mean? It's different. Like you're gonna think you have that head over your mother because you don't have that father figure to give you that structure in your life. So it gives you the mindset where, okay, I could do this and I feel like I'm gonna get away with it. You know what I mean? So it kind of takes you down that wrong path to where like you could have had a way better life. You know what I mean? Or like I can't necessarily like I don't know how to really put it because like everybody that I've been around is kind of different. Experience like
Okay.
'cause, like, but as far as I know like without without having their father, it makes them hard to focus on the right things. It makes them
Right.
hard to become an actual man, an actual productive man. You know what I mean? Because they don't have anybody teaching them or telling them how to do this or how to do that. You know what I mean? How to change a tire. Like it could be the little things, it could be the big things. They don't have somebody that's teaching them those things, you know?
Right.
Um,
Right. Right.
I feel like at 20 years old, everybody should know how to change a tire, you know?
And I totally agree with you on that. I feel like with a father figure, that's something that I taught you. I taught you
Hmm.
how to, even you mentioned the word being productive. That was
Hmm.
something major. Your audience, that was something major that I always preach to my son about being productive as a man. I always let him know that one of the most important things of growing up and being a young man in this world is your productivity and what you have to
Hmm.
offer this world. And a man without a plan is not a man.
And not a man.
So that was something that I grew up with. You know, I grew up kind of drilling that into my son's head. Like, this is how you got to be. This is how you got to be. And I'm happy to hear that. And it it makes me proud, like a real proud dad, to see what you've become. I'm watching you pretty much make something of yourself every day. So, and then you just turned 19. And I remember a lot of kids that I grew up with, they're no longer here. Some of them did not make it to your age coming from the hood where I grew up in Far Rockaway, Queens.
Hmm.
And, to know that you made it to where you are right now, and as a father to know I played a role in that, to me, I'm about to shed a little tear, but I'm a thug, so I don't do that. But sorry, y'all. But I'm really proud of my son. I'm really proud of my sons. I have three sons, by the way. My oldest son runs a security company. He has his own. He has his own. What does he
Chauffeur.
have? His own. He has his own. He's like a
Yeah.
chauffeur for. He's
It's like a
chauffeur
chauffeur
celebrities
slash
around.
security zone.
Yeah, and he also has a weapon on him as well, so he's able to protect himself and his clients. And he offers armed guard security in a black car that he went and created this whole business himself. So as
Hmm.
a dad, and then to watch you do your real estate thing and you're learning and growing in it. On top of that, I'm watching you also like doing your drop shipping business as well. And to be your age and to be so productive, it lets me know that I did not make a mistake. And it's not saying that I was perfect by any means, right? But at least I know that the fruits of what I tried to bear paid off.
Right.
It paid off, right? I wanted to play something real quick because I don't want to hold y'all all night. This is going to be a quick show, but I wanted to introduce my son to y'all because we're going to start doing this more often, where we do a father-son show, like Father Like Son. That's going to be the name of our new segment to the Grown Men Talking channel. So I wanted to get my son introduced. I wanted to play a quick segment, quick show, and then we're gonna react to it real quick. All right. So let me share my screen. Hold up.
I would even say,
all right, let's bring this back.
Years old, I never heard my father say he was proud of me. I got accolades, a 4-year start in college, championship rings, anything you can think
Hold
about.
up.
Graduated in 4 years from
All
college.
right.
Never heard
I'm
him say he was proud of me.
straight tripping.
Took me by the hand and looked me in my eyes.
I am
"Son, you've done
tripping.
well."
I'm gonna bring this back.
4 years proud of me.
And then we're gonna go again.
30-some years old. I never heard my father say he was proud of me. I got accolades, a 4-year start in college, championship rings, anything you can think about. Graduated in 4 years from college. Never heard him say he was proud of me. Never took me by the hand and looked me in my eyes and said, "Son, you've done well." I never heard that. Always heard it from white men, from coaches, but never heard that from my father. And I would even say this. It doesn't matter what level of accomplishment a man has. If he is not seen by his father, he does not feel that he has arrived.
So I wanted to hear from you, son. How does that resonate with you? How important was it for you to know that I was proud of you growing up for your milestones that you've been?
I mean, from my experience, like I could say, I'm definitely like very, very appreciative for just having you in my life and just having you like someone that I could call to speak about everything that I'm doing, tell you everything that I've accomplished and like just so far, and like hear the fact that you say you're proud of me, and then on top of that you even give me better ideas to move around with so I can make my businesses better myself. You know what I mean? And like from the video we just watched, um that's pretty much like what I pretty much grew up with, like people that couldn't really have like, because like I had people that took the wrong path because they didn't have a father figure in their life, but I also have people around me that also made like they kind of like manned up on their own and made themselves a man, self-made on their own without their father figure. You know, so there's people like that, and I could see like that he's kind of somebody who had his head on the right path, even though he didn't have his father in his life like that to even tell him he's proud of him and this and that. But he still made himself a productive, a better man than
But let me ask you, that person you're speaking about, does
I'm talking about the person we just reacted to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
I
could
thought you
tell,
said
you
you
could tell he was
personally.
kind of like a self-made man, kind of like even though he didn't have somebody like a father figure to really tell him that he's proud of him, he still knows that what he's doing is right. He still knows because there's a lot of people who like they lose a lot of motivation. They get discouraged a lot because they don't have a father figure in their life, you know? It makes it
Right,
hard for them to really get up and push. It makes it hard for them to really get to be productive. You know what I mean? Because they don't
right,
have that
right.
father figure, you know? So and shout out to the ones that are out there that don't have a father figure but still manage to step up and really man up on their own, you know,
Right.
because
Well,
I believe they
I would
deserve a lot of
say
credit too.
they do, right? I agree with you on that.
Hmm.
But only a man could teach a man. So in a lot of cases,
Hmm.
you'll see some of the men that don't have the actual father figure, a father at home, I should say, they'll have
Right.
another man that may have stepped
Another
in
man.
somehow and taught them how to move like a man, right? So in
Hmm.
a lot of cases, you'll see that, and that's awesome. Like every man needs that, but there's nothing. And I always want to say, I want to talk to the men in my audience right now. It's nothing like you. It's nothing like you stepping up and being a man. And
Right.
son, this is for you. When you have your children, I pray that you become a better father than I could have ever been to you. And when I say that is because, and with all transparency, your mother and I got a divorce, you know that, from back when. But So that made it to where I had to be more of an active father, but by constantly stepping in. And it's
Right.
not the ideal way of raising a child, right? The ideal way of raising a child is in the house, mother,
And
father,
father.
and children, right? So, that's something that I wish I would have given you. And, but I did the best that I could. And to me, I'm proud of you as you are, as the man that you became. And, you know, ah, I'm starting to tear up, man. I don't want to, yo, crazy. It's crazy. But I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all the steps
Appreciate
that
you,
you're
Pop.
making. And this is an emotional moment to have you on this platform for me right now, because you know I just remember everything about you growing up to who you are today, and it's I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm proud. So I want you to keep pushing forward. I want you to keep doing your thing and grinding. Never stop.
Never.
Anyone Never let anyone tell you who you are. You know yourself. You build yourself up to the man that you know you need to be, not who you want to be, but who you need to be, right? Because those are two different things, and you understand the difference between the two.
Exactly.
Do you understand the difference between the two?
Yeah, between the man that you want to be and the man that you need to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Explain that to me. Let me
you
hear it.
because the man you want to be, it kind of sounds like there's somebody out there that you're trying to be like, right? But the man that you need to be is somebody who take care of his priorities, take care of himself, puts himself, God first, and take care of his family. That's the man that you need to be. You know what I mean? The man that you want to be shouldn't be the person that goes out and buys materialistic things or tries to put on for the social media. That's not a man that you want to be. You know what I mean? So you got to really work to be the man that you need to be, because at the end of the day, all that stuff is going to pay off for you in the future.
Right. No, that's real. That's real, and it's good to hear you say that. Yo, Wall Street, man. You know I don't do all that, guy. I'm not gonna just let it out, man. We don't just do that on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just seen
Gotta
his comment over here too.
gotta come correct, my guy. We gotta come correct. We don't do those. You know what I'm saying? We strong. You know what I'm
Strong,
saying?
powerful.
But
Yes.
it's just good to see this though, man. This is like I thought about doing this with him. Me and him talked about it, right? Me and my son talked. We was like, yo, let's do this show together. And I was like, yo, this is a dope out there. This is gonna be something different. And just to just to have you on something that I built like this, like my whole YouTube platform,
Yeah.
even able to talk to some of my audience right now, and they actually get to see you for the first time. It's dope to me, man. This is like a moment to me. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a moment to me. But yeah, so um let's talk about a little bit more about the um relationship, right? Because now you're 19 years old and
Yeah.
you're in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the things, and we're gonna get a little personal here, but not
Mm-hmm.
too personal. But I
Of course.
wanted to get a little deep. And of course, using certain words that's gonna be YouTube friendly. But let's talk about the relationship you have with your girl and things that you learn from my
Mm-hmm.
end of the spectrum about protecting yourself and making sure that you can have a girlfriend at this age, but what comes first and how to protect your seed. Let's talk about protecting your seed as a young man and those things that you learn.
All right. So, um, one thing is like, one thing is like, n- wait, sorry.
I
I'm
know you're
tripping.
trying
My
to be
bad. Sorry.
appropriate
I'm
too.
tripping. I'm thinking both ways, trying to answer both questions in one. So I say this, like,
Quit, what up?
protecting your seed is one main important thing, because at a young age, you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You never know what's gonna happen next week. You never know what's gonna happen a month from now. You know what I mean? It takes a lot
Right.
more than just "I love you." It takes a lot more than just her showing you here and there, like it takes a lot more than that to really keep a strong relationship, or to even like really it really anything. Like you shouldn't really want to put a seed in anybody if you don't have a ring on her finger. If y'all are not living in the same household, if you're still like if you're still like dealing with a lot of financial things, and you guys aren't living together, you guys aren't engaged or not even close to marriage or haven't been married, then you shouldn't be putting a seed in her. And as far as protecting your seed, if you know for a fact that that isn't, if it's not the right time, you should be protecting yourself at all times. You know what I mean? And
Right.
also another thing about being in a relationship, not just protecting your seed, but also protecting yourself, your mental health, because that's also what matters. I see a lot of young people my age, they get too how do I say this? But I say like when it comes to relationships, they let it get the best of them. And you can't
Right.
let anybody get the best of you. Anybody, no
Right.
matter
Right.
who it is, no matter who that person is, no matter how much you love that person, you cannot let anybody get the best of you. And that's what the problem is today with my generation. Um, always put yourself and always put your mental health first, because that's really what matters, you know?
Right.
Um, always take care of whoever you're with, of course, but make sure yourself first is what comes, because that's most
Okay.
important. You can't sit here and give your all to them, and then next thing you know, you find yourself beating yourself up every single day because of that other person. You got to really make sure that you're mentally happy with yourself. If you're not mentally happy with yourself, then you shouldn't be in a relationship at all.
So let me ask you a question. What
What's
at
up,
what
pal?
age did at what age did your first friend get a woman pregnant?
My friend?
Yeah, when you was
Okay.
younger, what was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
youngest age that you
So
remember one of your friends getting a woman pregnant?
15, 15. I remember, yeah, he was 15. So that was one thing I was even talking to him about, like even when we were younger, like, you know, um, and like he would just like instead of listening to me and like my mother and everybody around him that was telling him to protect himself, he just, oh, I don't like protecting myself. I like going straight in, and consequences, stuff comes with that, especially if you're not protecting yourself. There's
Right.
only two things that are gonna happen if you're not protecting yourself. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
But name them. What's the one of the two?
oh, you want me to name them?
Yeah, name them.
CJ, and I got Juju and
No,
Gage.
oh no, 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 no. I
Oh,
didn't mean name the friends. I meant name the one and the two. What's the two things that can happen to you? Jesus.
oh, my
Yo,
bad,
CJ.
Bob, my bad.
Yo, CJ, we didn't
It's
mean
all
to
right.
put
There's
you
a
out there
million of
like
them in the
that.
world. There's a million of them in the
Right.
world, anyways. But so one main thing that can happen to you is pregnancy, and another
Yeah.
major thing that can happen to you is a sexual disease that you would not want to experience.
There we go. Boom. Boom. Okay. 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 And those things. So let me ask you about your friends. Are they still with the young girls that they got pregnant?
So I could say one of them is I was on FaceTime with the other day. They're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty okay for as young
Okay.
parents. And then the other one, the one I'm closer with, I could say him and that young lady. They're like a on and off. It's like he doesn't really want the person, but in order for him to see the child, he has to be with her.
Oh
So it's
Lord.
like it's like one of those type of situations. Um, and the funny thing is the person is a lot older, so
Mhm.
it kind of like she feels like she can kind of trap
When
him
you say a
because
lot older, how old is she?
I want to say when he got her pregnant, he was 15. She was like my age.
She was 19.
Yeah. So now she would be 20, 21, and he's now 16, 17, I believe now. He's 17 now.
Jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, and
Wow.
like she kind of like has this thing where it's like, and it's like I tell him all the time, like, these are things that you can fight for, like if you really
Uh, there-
care.
there's no real fighting at that age. You see, and that the reason why I wanted to talk about this is
Hmm.
because I wanted to shed light on them how messed up these teen pregnancies can be, and for young boys to protect your seed.
It's
Because look at
outrageous.
the experiences that a lot of people don't think that boys go through at your age when they decide to get a woman pregnant, right?
Right.
I'm not talking to the women today because women, y'all need to talk to each other.
Hmm.
I'm talking to the young men today because my son is on here with me. And I want to say the whole point of this is look, this on and off thing, right? I guarantee you the other couple that you see that's still together, they're struggling. And of course they're doing the best they could as young parents, but it's hard.
It's hard when you don't have no true feelings for that other person that you're raising that child
Well,
with.
and then not even the feelings part. We're talking about also financially, right?
Mhm.
Kids are expensive.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
to know that you're young, I guarantee you he's not working at Wells Fargo as the CEO.
I
He's
don't know.
probably trying to work at Popeye's Chicken, you know what I'm saying, or McDonald's trying to flip a burger. And no one trusts young men in the work market. And I know this because I'm a leader at my job. So I can
Right.
tell you that no one trusts young men in that work market until they get older and they prove themselves. So
Yep.
to get a woman pregnant at that age, it holds us back. So, I'm happy that I'm listening to you because what this is doing to me is telling me that the things that I told you,
Yeah.
you listen. And it's good to hear that. And I'm so proud of you for that too, because the last thing I ever want, and I know you got a girlfriend, and you know what I'm saying, but the last thing that I ever want is for you to be in a position where you put yourself behind the eight ball. Because as a young man, it's not saying that you can't make it in life, but it's very hard to come back from that, especially when she decides to put you on child support and you're only
Right.
making $12 an hour, right?
Exactly.
And here you are having to pay child support, bringing home $90 after taxes and child support.
Right.
What do you do with that? You could barely even have transportation to go look for another job. So, this is why I don't tell, and you can say it too. I never tell you to try to be, to go and talk to your friends to this degree. I more try to tell you to lead by example
Lead by
by
example.
showing them who you are as a young man, and they hopefully will follow.
Follow. Yep.
So, so that's really dope to hear you say all of this. I'm not gonna bog y'all down with a crazy long show. I wanted to give y'all roughly a half hour to introduce y'all to my son, and we're gonna do this more often where we have our father-son shows. It's
Most
gonna like
definitely.
I said, like father, like son. And if anything, I'll start bringing more men on these panels as well, so that way we could talk as men to the young men. I'll bring all ages of men on this show, even fellas that have sons. You can also feel free to join these shows with your sons as well. And it doesn't really matter the age. You could bring your son up here, right? And make this a platform where we talk as fathers to our
Awesome.
sons. So, with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna end the show here. But before I go, don't hang up, y'all, because I have an announcement. Son, you have the headphones on you right now. You have a pair of them.
Oh, all right. Well, I do got
Which one you
these
got?
ones. I just shipped the other one out to you. I don't have like a color. I don't have a box for.
So,
I got this
so
box
let me.
though.
All right. So those are AirPods, right? The Apple
Yeah.
AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of blurry on your screen, but we're gonna start doing giveaways on this channel, right? the giveaways, we're going to give away the Apple AirPods, and we're also going to give away, what's the other ones, the over-the-air?
So the giveaway is gonna be the Apple AirPods Pro 2nd generation and the AirPod Maxes USB-C. That's also a 2nd generation. So they're both Apple products. They work really good.
Right. So we're going to start giving them away. We're going to have details. Shay and I are working out the details on the actual giveaways, but it's going to be for channel members. So if you are not a member, you might want to become a member so you can get yourself a pair of these headphones. We're going to do giveaways, and we're going to work out the details, like I said. So stay tuned for that. I'll have more information on that this weekend for you. But son, thank you so much for joining the show today, and I'm looking
Thank you for
forward to
having
doing
us.
many. No, I'm looking forward to doing many more with you. I love you, son, and you just continue to be who you are. Continue not to only make me proud, but make God proud. Continue to make your community proud. Continue to be an example to the men and the women around you, to let them know what a young man can become in this lifetime. And I'm here to guide you through it all. All right.
I appreciate that,
So
Pops.
I appreciate you. I love you. And to the audience, I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.
All right, y'all take care.
If it gets too hot, roll the window down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. We're living in a blinded town, and we're running out of time. Feel like a drug when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat. I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. 'Cause it's way too soon to be calling me baby, but it feels so right against the moonlight. Deep sea diving head first, don't save me. Is there something I can say? Make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? To make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can do?